Salute the street buzzing. Salute everyone. The New York Knicks take a disappointing loss tonight, 80-95 in OKC on New Year's Eve. I got my man Divine, Knicks Real Talk here. Salute to you, Divine.
Salute, CT. Salute, my brother.
And KJ Dub Events. Salute, fam.
Salute, CT. Salute, Divine.
Yeah, we're going to chop this up, this bad loss. It was an exciting pre-game. Everyone was hyped. Everyone was amped. And it was just a disappointing game overall. But we're going to talk about it. Where to from here for this club? We go back to 2 games under 500, Divine, and we miss out an opportunity because the Cleveland Cavaliers lost tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. We had a chance to make up some ground on a couple of the teams in the East, but unfortunately it didn't bounce away. The ball didn't bounce away for us as well. Like you said, we did by the 3. We died by the 3 tonight on both ends of the floor. Defense wasn't there. We didn't guard the 3-point line real well tonight. We definitely didn't shoot well. Some key guys like Quentin Grimes didn't have it from the 3-line night. Quickly went 1 for 7. Grimes didn't have it. RJ didn't have it from 3. So it was kind of, when Bryce started off, 1 for 4. So we got killed by the 3 ball tonight, man. But hopefully we got to bounce back and try to get this thing in Toronto.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, KJ Dub Events. The New York Knicks shot a brick house tonight, and OKC, a very, very poor shooting team, just couldn't miss.
Yeah, you know what, and it's one of those things. It's like, 8 from 41. That we wouldn't beat anybody, regardless who was out there on the floor for OKC. Them guys just shot more 3-pointers than us, and also our free throws, 12 from 22. It's not going to win in this league. Guess what? I'm excited about the loss. It may sound a little weird, but I seen some things tonight that I know we're going to get into that I liked about the loss. And also, that was a West Coast team, so I'll take that loss. OKC is not in our division, so it is what it is.
Yep. That's fair. And salute to the chat. Salute Tone Wu, Garden of Knicks. Happy New Year to everyone out there. We'll have a brief intermission just before midnight, and we'll do a toast to hopefully, future blessings and, a beautiful 2022. Put the past in the past, and let's get in with it. Divine, fellas, everyone out there, the New York Knicks obviously had the new look starting lineup. Obi Toppin got his start. Deuce McBride, it turns out he only just found out the last second before the game that he was going to start. Kemba Walker will chat on, that serious knee issue that could be lingering. But Divine, the new look starting lineup, it disappointed. They just didn't have the cohesion. They started, well in the first few minutes, but OKC just got hot, and they just couldn't deal with Shea Gilgeous, and the dual screens, the offense that OKC ran just gave us problems.
Yeah, absolutely. They was running off of picks real good. Pascal and all these guys was knocking down threes left and right, and usually that's we defended three ball pretty well. That's what's that's about the only disappointing thing tonight for me, is that we normally defend the three ball pretty well this year. We're getting much better at it. And tonight, whether it be because of the energy, whether it be because of you had to start a lineup with everybody was young except for Evan Fournier. But that's no excuse, though. It's just the fact that we didn't defend the ball well, we didn't shoot it well. But I do like what I seen. I take a lot of positive. But I do like the way McBride was defending in the first quarter. I do like the way we played defense in the first quarter, and that's what kept us in the game. You can always, if you always gonna rebound, and like Tip said, you can get rebounds, you can always be in the game. So we did play a little D and stayed in the game, but we just got decimated at that 3-point line. Man, they was knocking them down. There wasn't nothing we could do. And it's one of them nights where, we didn't come out and guard that 3-point line and showed up in the stats and everything.
Yeah, real talk. And KJ Dub, what did you see out of the new look starting unit?
I've seen a lot of impatience, excitement in a way, especially from Deuce McBride. His numbers might have not showed up in the stat line, but what he did out there as far as defensively against Shea Douglas-Alexander, he was balling like Shea. And for that man to give back and forth with him in his first NBA start, got to give him some kudos. When you're playing hard like that, that's all we ask for as New York Knicks fans. Play hard, because eventually it's going to come together for him. I felt like they rushed too many shots. They didn't have to shoot all those 3-pointers. They could have did what RJ was doing. If the three's not working, take it to the hole, get fouled. They tried on some occasions, but guess what? A lot of the shots they took, they just missed shots, open shots tonight. And that was the only thing, and that's all we can ask for as fans and teams that we want to see this team win. So that was the only issue to me tonight is missed shots.
Yeah. And quick question to both of you. Was starting Deuce McBride the right decision for you, Divine? Would you have done the same thing again?
Absolutely. I had no problem with it. I think that he helped control that first quarter. If you look at what they scored in the first quarter, you will see why he helped keep that team to a certain amount of points. He was pressuring the ball, like KJ said, foot taking all the way up and down the court. He was pressuring the ball, and granted, his shots didn't fall. Nobody's shot fell tonight. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't have a problem starting them, because maybe next time they off be falling. You know what I mean? But I like the way he played, and he played within the confines of the game. He stayed in there doing what he had to do. Just missed a couple of first open shots, but I'm confident. What I'm happy about, he was confident enough to take them. That's what I want to see. If you miss shots, you miss shots. It happens. And miss and make league. But I want to know if you're confident to shoot them. He was confident to shoot them in the first half. They didn't go down, but in the second half, he had some nice shots in there. You know what I mean? And he penetrated. He tried to get in the lane. The defense was special. So yeah, CT, I'll definitely start him again. Now I have no problem with it.
Yep. Yeah. Facts. Right. Yeah. Would be an overreaction. I mean, we gave the young man a chance. KJ, he defended well. Getting his feet wet, going up against Shea Gilgeous. That was a tough matchup, but I think he defended well.
Absolutely, and that's what we asked for. Like I said, I have no problem starting him, and I have no problem starting him going forward, just because what the man could do on offense and defense. Now, granted, his shot wasn't falling. I think he went 0 for 4 from 3 for the first time. He kept a couple of 3-pointers he took, but he missed them. But they were good shots that he took. But, the man is the workhorse. He got right back up there. He didn't fear anybody, came back, ran the offense, played defense. And the man, it seemed like he never got tired. And then that's just the football pedigree he has in him. And I'll take that all day.
Yeah. They were making it tough, though, right? They were setting, like I said, double picks, Divine. Our dudes was trying to get around those picks with fervor. We did hold them to 95 points. It was our offense tonight. They just didn't get us, close enough. And I point to that pivotal play with 10 minutes left in the fourth. We were making the run down 3. Maladon had to throw that heave, and unfortunately, quickly just found himself under the ball. and Ty Jerome picked up that crucial offensive board. Poku hits the 3, and then it goes back up 6.
Yeah, that was a turning point, CT. That was, to me, the turning point of that fourth quarter when that happened. The momentum was swinging our way, but when Poku hit that 3-pointer, that was like, oh man, it was buzzkill. You know what I mean? So, but overall, I like what the young guys do, man. I like what they did. I like the way they played, and next game it might be different. You know what I mean? Like I said, we can't hang it all on one person because we all shot the ball pretty bad tonight. Like I said, RJ 1 for 7 for 3. Grind probably was like 0 for 7 for 3. I don't know if he hit one or not. I can't recall. Quickly was 1 for 7 for 3. So really wasn't a lot of 3-point shooting going on. Yeah, 1 for 6 rather. So if you look at them 3-point stat line, 1 for 6, 1 for 7, 1 for 4, 1 for 8, 1 for 5, 1 for 6. That's what we got killed at. But I'm still happy with. You look at the defense. I'm happy with that. OKC only had one really high quarter. That was the second quarter, 28 points. Other than that, our defense held them 23, 23, 21. That's what we didn't have no offensive matchup tonight.
Yep, word. And let's start giving out some of the grades too, KJ. I think obviously Evan Fournier was a big disappointment. We're talking about it just backstage, but yeah, for him to not step up, a vet. I know he's sort of coming off of that injury, but 3 points tonight that killed us. In such a close or low scoring game.
Right. And like I said, we haven't had a game like this where mostly all our players didn't shoot good from the field. But in the case of Evan Fournier, pre-game we talked about I wanted to see how Fournier would do without Julius Randle tonight, and not so well. So as far as his leadership, 3 points, not gonna cut it. I give the man a D tonight. It just seemed like he's playing hurt right now. He's hurt, so he didn't have to rush back to play tonight. He seems like he needs a break too as well, but he gets a D tonight.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, I'm with him on that one, CT, because you know what? Even if you hurt, that don't mean you're injured. If you willing enough to go up, once you get on that floor, it don't matter to me. If you was hurt, then you don't play. Once you step across that line, ain't no excuse. You know what I mean? So I'm with you on that D. I'm like, listen, man, you played in the game, you started the game. If that's the case, you could have just said, listen, I'll come off the bench or I won't play at all. But once you throw that uniform on, you walk across them lines on that court, you got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? And if not, just sacrifice it for the team. Say, listen, guys, I don't got a coach. I'd rather for you to have somebody else. Let somebody else go in there and do this. You know what I mean? Just because I might be a detriment to the team. And tonight he was, because we needed him and RJ, who were the two main guys in that starting lineup, to step up. Not to put the pressure on Obi and Grimes. McBride. But that's my only thing. He put the pressure on the guy, and I think if he felt like he couldn't go, he shouldn't have went. Just like Kimmer didn't go. He should have shot him. He should have shot himself.
Yeah, real talk, KJ, and Divine. That his 3 points came in the first 30 seconds when he hit the first bucket of the game, and then nothing else after that.
Yeah, and that's it's like, man, you know your body, man. You know your body as not just basketball players. You know your body as individuals, and if things are not going right, guess what, Coach? I just can't give it a call. I know you needed me out there, but I was better off on the bench. You heard us. You heard us more than you could help us out. So he should have sat down, and maybe he sits down on Sunday when we play Toronto.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely, we need healthy bodies, and let's give Mitch a grade. 25 minutes. He held us down on the boards. 12 boards. Did you guys think they just didn't utilize Mitch enough tonight, Divine?
I do in a sense, CT, because I thought that he was playing a pretty dominant game down there. But then it goes back to me. Maybe McBride and them. We got to give them other guys credit too. You know what I mean? SGA Power 6'6", he's a linky guy. Power's making it tough on McBride to a degree to get the ball to see certain angles with that height and wingspan he got. But I do think that for me, Mitch, they could have went to him a little more. But I'm gonna give Mitch probably I'm gonna give him a B tonight. And reason for that reason, because I think he was letting my man shoot that 3 ball a little bit too much on him. You know what I mean? It's hard to cover these guys out there when they shoot like that. You got stretch centers who can do that. You pull a Mitch way out at the top of the key. beyond the topic. He almost just tough to guard. You know what I mean? But I do think that I give him a B because at them 12 rebounds, he came and did what he had to do on a rebound, and then he had one block. But so -8, not bad. 9 points, almost had a double anyway. So I'll give him a B just to be I think that he did come out there and play with effort. Just couldn't do too much on the defense and with my man stretching the floor on him.
Yeah, I second that. KJ as well. Divine's point. They didn't utilize Mitch enough tonight. He had the size down there. They went small at times, but he was a demon on the boards. Give Mitch a B.
I'm with you guys. I'm with that on the B. And kudos to OKC for having the right offense in there and pulling that guy out to play. And also they didn't have their head coach tonight. So it just seems like to me OKC was a lot more prepared than the Knicks tonight, and that's because of the Knicks personnel. Guys, first time in the starting unit, might have had some game time jitters and not knowing where to be at. It seemed like the offense is a little off tonight, even though the pace did pick up. It's just the shots wasn't falling tonight. And that was the only difference I seen tonight because we couldn't get in our offense because every time we make one pass, we shot the ball. We didn't really swing the ball like I wanted to as far as Mitch getting him involved in the offense. It just wasn't there tonight. I think they found him one time inside, and that was about it. Other than that, it just wasn't there for us tonight as far as offensively.
Yeah, exactly right. Great kudos to OKC. They had the Muscala, they had Roby, Favors pulling Mitch out. I mean, we just had no counter, and Taj was a bit off tonight. Taj looked like he was tired, Divine.
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely, sure did. He was gas. He was gas. And they tried. He tried, but when you're playing against a bunch of young energy like that, that's what's going to happen. Them young legs are just bring you down, I guess.
Yeah, real talk. Shout out to the chat. Soulfinger, absolutely on the Fournier point. And yet an OKC was better prepared. Mitch had 6 points in 3 minutes and they went away from him. Yeah, great point. Sherwin M as well. It's hard to play two rim runners at the same time. Mitch and Obi are rim runners. Salute Sharp Hours, salute fam. Happy New Year to everyone out there watching as well. Many blessings to come this year. We'll have a quick break before midnight and then we'll continue. But Obi Toppin, fellas, got the start tonight. Let's give a grade for Obi. 27 minutes. Missed the 1 3-pointer. Was 1 of 4 from the field. 7 boards, 5 points. -2. Just didn't have much going. Didn't have any plays really run for him either. It was tough to get in any kind of rhythm. Going to give Obi a C tonight.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go C plus just due to the fact that he only had 4 field goal attempts. He was a -2, but he rebounded the ball real well. I love the way Obi Toppin snatches and rebounds the ball. He goes aggressive at it, goes hard at it. Like I said, being that you don't have maybe like a Kemba Walker, and then at that present time, who probably could help him with a lot of things. But I did like that he was aggressive though. He wasn't only basically rim running, but he was trying to pound that ball down in the paint. He had a couple of plays where he went down the lane, he got fouled, but he just missed a couple of some charity strike shots. But he was aggressive though. With the 4 shot attempts he had, he was aggressive with a lot of them. So I was happy about that. He just, McBride and them guys, you got to give, like I said, OKC they flowers, man. They played some pretty decent defense. But I would say, when you get judged on your plus minus, not only what you do on the offense, it's what you do on both ends of the floor. You know what I mean? But if you're a man, that's how normally you get these certain grades. So Obi didn't get killed that bad tonight because he was only a +2. He had the lowest plus minus on the whole team. You know what I mean? Because he was rebounding. He did what he can. But I do think that 4 shots. You know what I mean? What can you do? You know what I mean? So I think he's starting tonight real quick and just didn't have the facilitating going to him. You know what I mean? Because RJ was starting to get it popping. They all was off, man. So, but I'll give him a C because I thought he went in there in his first game as a starter, and he was snatching the ball. He made some good passes. I loved some of the passes he was making to Todd gets to them guys, man. That's a part of Obi's game that I think that people is not really noticing how good he could pass the ball, and I think he did a little bit of that tonight as well.
Yeah, and KJ, there was a period where he was aggressive, getting to the cup. He helped us, helped the offense for a small period where he was getting fouled, taking it to the cup.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and that's what I was going to bring up. I'm giving him a C- because of that reason. Of course, I wanted to see 5.7 rebounds. It's not going to get it done. RJ needed another Batman to his Robin, and nobody showed up at all. It could have been Obi tonight, but to me, when he stopped doing that. It was like it hurt the team. Like you pretty much the biggest team, one of the biggest people out there on the court, Obi. So we need you to be more aggressive and keep doing it every time, because can nobody stop you if you do that, But then again, what was it? Was it first time starting or second time starting and trying to get involved with the offense? Momentum wasn't there off the bench. It was something, but I also think it's just tiredness. Them guys, Detroit, Minnesota, OKC. This was the lineup. So it's a lot of things involved here with this, but it's no excuses. These guys in the NBA, these guys train for it, so it's no excuses. But from what we seen on the court tonight, and like I said, I'm not going to judge him off one game. I'm not going to sit up here and judge the man off one game, because we all said with more minutes, Obi should have more production, right? So we can't base this off one game, 5 and 7 rebounds. I'm not going to base it off that. However, I do want to see more because I know he could do more.
Yeah, absolutely right. More to come. Obviously, the nerves, the unfamiliarity with starting, but he's clearly going to get another opportunity. Divine the next game. Randall's not going to be back, so he's going to get another opportunity, and let's stay tuned. Miles McBride, 24 minutes in his first start, 3 of 9, 1 of 8. Was it 1 of 6 from 3? Only had 1 assist, which was disappointing. I would like to see Miles get more assists, but then no one could hit a shot really as well. -7, 7 points. Miles played solid D, but obviously everyone struggled offensively. So Miles, I'm going to give him a C+ tonight.
Yeah, I can go along with that as well. I just think that I like what he did in that first quarter on defense. I really did. I think he was aggressive there. He was playing some good defense. His shot didn't fall at the beginning, and you can live with that. I mean, you can live with that. Not only his shots didn't fall, Grimes' shot didn't fall, everybody's shot didn't fall. So I'm not even concerned about shot. None of these guys shooting tonight, because that's just in the NBA. You're gonna have nights where you popping them and nights where you're not popping them. Now, fortunately, tonight was a night that we wasn't popping them, and especially from the 3-point line. But I like the way he bounced back in the second half. He was more aggressive. He started hitting shots. And he did the best he can against SGA. SGA 6'6", could be down the line a superstar in the making if he continue at this rate. So he did what he had to do. But I agree too. I think the C+ is worthy, man. And like I said, he bounced back. The good thing about it, you think about it, he only had 1 turnover, which was cool. You know what I mean? So he held that pretty good. 7 points. I like to see them get more rebounds and more assists, but like you said, because nobody was hitting the shot today, nobody was going to have a certain amount of assists tonight. You know what I mean? It was pitiful from an offense standpoint, but I'm with him. I think he'll bounce back as well.
Yeah, KJ. Right.
I'm giving him a C+ too, but the one thing what he does out there on the court, you can't teach that defense. I'm going to keep repeating this, man. I believe he's our future point guard. Just because of the things he does on defense, man. We haven't had a defensive point guard like this in a very long time in New York City that can do the things that he does. I remember one play, he stole the ball and jumped on the ground and got it. Like that's the type of defender. That's what we need here. It's just now once his shots, and imagine going back and forth from playing defense, trying to come down and shoot. That is a very hard thing to do. And like I said, he's only going to get better with time. Again, I'm gonna keep saying it. You can't learn enough from the bench. So the more time he gets out there, by the time Kemba and if Rose comes back and also Julius comes back, this team is going to be a lot better, because now these guys have the first minutes of rep. They have more reps. Now they can relax a little bit. So just give them some time. 2022 is right around the corner from 30 minutes away, guys. We'll be fine. But I'm giving him a C+ tonight.
Yep, great. And welcome, Sharp Powers. Salute, fam. Happy New Year to you.
Same here.
Fam. And
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
we're talking on Deuce McBride. What did you see from him tonight, and what grade do you give?
Deuce, he came out and played a little bit. His shot wasn't on tonight a little bit. He definitely somewhere around a C plus for me. The defense for him, like I think KJ was just saying, is unmatched, man. This guy falling on the floor, throwing himself, stepping out, jumping for rebounds, trying to block shots. I mean, he's an all around defender, man, and he looked okay tonight. The one big thing, and I know I missed a couple of minutes, but the Knicks had a bad shooting night tonight, man, and it looked bad for everybody. It even affected the team with their assists. So it is what it is, man. He had a good game. I give him a C plus just for getting out there and being gritty with it.
Yeah, that's what we gave as well, and we agreed. His D was there, just the shots didn't fall, and the assists weren't there because no one was hitting shots too. And of course, like Divine said, he was going up against a dude with great size. SGA, was long, lengthy, got in the passing lane, and of course, there's probably some nerves there, Divine. In his first start as well.
Absolutely. I'm not mad at Deuce McBride, and I hope he start the next game. You know what I mean? Because you don't pull nobody or say he's not going to work in one game, or you're going to pull him because everybody had a bad game night except for RJ. You know what I mean? So you got to chalk this up as a team loss. It's not on one man. It's the whole team shot abysmal from the 3-point line. Like you said, CT. We had a chance to be in this thing, man. So we just got to bounce back and try this time. Hopefully, shoot better, and then I think the outcome would have been different.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, I think the last starter is RJ Barrett. 36 minutes, was the best player on the court for the New York Knicks. Took it to the rack, got them in foul trouble. When his shot wasn't falling, he took it to the rack and he showed some nice moves. Divine, I could give RJ Barrett a B plus.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go B, and just because of the 4 turnovers, and 1 for 8 from 3. Other than that, man, he played the game that I thought he could play, and I know that he should be playing all year. He shot 50% from the field. It's just that out of that, 8 of them joined 7 of them missed from the 3-point line. He missed 4 free throws. Which was pretty. We all missed free throws today. But I like the way he rebounded, man. In the post game, I think I said 24, 6 and 5. But he went 24, 7 and 3, 2 steals. There's 2 turnovers, probably pretty much with 4 turnovers was pretty much a little bit too much. But he played a good game, man. I'm glad to see him bounce back. And when the shot wasn't falling, he was getting aggressive going to the middle.
Yep. AJ,
I'm giving him a B plus. 26 points. I love. If we didn't have that, we'd have got blown out by maybe 25 without him tonight. But 1 from 8 from the 3-point line, not acceptable. I'm happy he started taking more to the line, but I just want to see his game keep evolving. He's so strong. If your 3-points not working, guys, and this goes for all of them, just take it to the basket, get foul, get to the free throw. Now, like, granted, we were 12 from 22, but still, we need to do more of that. But 1 from 8 from 3, he's not going to cut it. He gets the B plus tonight.
Yeah. Those free throws, great point that you mentioned. That's one thing I quickly want to touch on, guys. It was disgusting tonight. A lot of these free throws. Evan Fournier missing 2 in a row. Like, man, an F's coming his way. And quickly missing them. RJ missing them. I'm just like, what's going on?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, real talk. You know what? It was interesting to me as well. Fournier, I'm gonna tell you another thing. When Fournier was getting caught up on that pick with Deuce and SGA, he was just letting SGA get it. I'm like, at least McBride tried to fight the guy all the way to the basket. I'm like, Fournier, you letting the man just straight get it. So that's what Fournier disappointed me tonight, fella. I'm gonna be real talk, man. You the second high paid player on that team. If your ankle ain't working, don't play. Shit. People come up there big for us tonight. He didn't. So.
Yeah, facts, right? Yep. Let's just give you Fournier's grade now. F for me. Injury or not, you can only be graded on what you produced, and he didn't produce. Missing those free throws as well. That just spelled his fate. For me, I'm like, man, you're a shooting guard. Like, if anything, what's your strength? We're paying you 19 mil, and you can't hit. You miss back-to-back free throws, straight off the rim, KJ.
Yeah, I thought we just Evan. I'm giving him a D. I gave him a D before, but just for getting out there, he got out there. But you know what? He was better off on the bench, just being on the bench, and he could have gave that minutes to somebody else.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. Salute to the chat. Salute Spree. I can see that you're upset, rightfully so. But we're having a closed panel show tonight. But I appreciate you coming up and rocking with us from the chat, as well as Ron, still Knicks fam, Soulfinger, everyone up in here, D Cool, Bodega Wi-Fi. Happy New Year to you, all of you. Appreciate you supporting, and hopefully we'll get bounced back. It's a shame we couldn't close the new year with a dub tonight. We're disappointed. Everyone was hyped pre-game, but just before midnight, we'll stop and salute. Everyone got a couple, family members that they got to hug and kiss and do all of that. But we'll be right here, and then we'll talk about where to as well as we look ahead. Divine, but Kevin Knox, hit that three, and I was like, man, hopefully Kevin Knox could get hot, but then he just didn't get hot after that. But he played some solid D tonight, Kevin Knox. I'd like to see him play a lot more, to be honest with you, moving forward, if not a showcase, even.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna go get Kevin Knox. Really, I'm gonna give him a B-, just coming off the bench and doing what he did, helping us out. Hey, he did better just than some of the guys who started and played the game today. You know what I mean? Like you say, showcase him or whatever the case may be. But I always like Kevin Knox, man. I've been in there with Kevin Knox guy since he came to New York. I mean, just that, he just, unfortunately he's been part of some wrong regimes, wrong place at the wrong time, it seemed like. But you know what? He came out there and did things that, like I said, even for Evan Fournier, if Evan Fournier wouldn't have played tonight, you could have just took him out the game, put Alex Burks in there, and let Kevin Knox come in there and do whatever. You know what I mean? So I think overall, Kevin Knox, he gets a good B- for me. I think he played well tonight.
Yeah, facts. Sharp hours. So, what did you see from Knox?
He got out there and played some ball tonight, man, and he hit a shot or so, and drove to the basket, got a nice little rebound and put back. You know what I mean? Only thing I can say, I wish I could see a little bit more minutes tonight. What I really want to say is, I wish Fournier would have just sat it out tonight and let them start Grimes tonight. But it is what it is and stuff. He re-injured his right foot again, and now he's gonna be out three or four more games now. It might even re-injure it worse than it was before this last injury. So that's the ticket right there. For Knox though, solid game, man. I give him a B-. Getting in there, hitting some threes, playing some defense. He looked okay today.
Yeah, real talk. KJ, do you want to see some more Knox tonight? Moving forward.
I mean, based on the personnel we had out there, and he's a lengthy guy, we needed his length tonight. For his points that he scored, that was great. I just feel like the Knicks didn't utilize him right. He's still going to that corner. But also, I want to see Kevin Knox drive to the hole a lot more. He's so long in there. Just drive the ball to the hole. You don't always have to settle for those threes. But he can help out a lot. So one defensive play, he put his hands up, got the ball, got the block. It was great. We need to see more of that. It's just, to me, he doesn't play aggressive enough. And to me, he just needs to play more aggressive. And if we see some aggression in him, he could be a nice, valuable piece of the team. But I still don't see that in his game. Mm-hmm. However, tonight he did help out. That's it. When he was in the game, he made his shots. I'm not taking that away from him, but from what I see from him going forward, if he could come in and show us something different than just sitting in the corner shooting 3-pointers, he might have a chance.
Yeah, because Divine, I think the reason I was high when he hit that shot, I thought if anything's not falling, Knox is a jump shot I believe in the most. Mm-hmm. Knox's form is beautiful, and I think with teams going zone on us, he's a zone buster. I feel his length, his stroke. Kevin Knox is probably can shoot it with the best of them when he's open.
Yeah, absolutely. And even tonight, his first shot was a drive through the baseline, left baseline, nice finger roll off the glass. Then he came back and stroked the three. You know what? You can't ask too much of somebody who don't play that much. You know what I mean? You really
Right.
can't. I mean, you can't ask this guy to come here and perform miracles when he don't play. I don't care who you are. And I play basketball. I might not play organized, but I play enough basketball my game to know if you come to the game, you only get 1 or 2 shots, you never get in a rhythm. Basketball is a game of rhythm. You got to shoot them and keep shooting until you get a rhythm. And some of these guys, you ask them, we can't ask them to come in here and be game zone busters when they're not getting no rhythm. You know what I mean? That's just the way the game goes. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm not mad at like Deuce McBride on tonight. It's about a game of rhythm. You can't have Deuce McBride come in and give you a triple double. The cat ain't even playing that much, and they coming off of COVID. So I chalk it up to that. But Knox, I like what he did tonight for what the minutes he had though.
Yeah, facts. Right, something tells me he's going to be shipped out still, but he's got that intangible shooting ability. We touched on Taj. He was tired tonight. Gave us what he had, but real quick for Taj Gibson, I'll give him a C minus. He just didn't have that same energy out there. Divine, what was your grade for Taj?
Yeah, he that young energy, he couldn't keep up with it. Couldn't keep with the young boy today. He really showed his age today, But he tried, man, but he couldn't keep up with them Masala of the world. And what's a young name? Kobe?
Yeah.
Am I saying that right?
Roby.
Roby, yeah.
Roby, yeah.
They were stretching our bigs tonight. They were stretching them boys out to that 3-point line tonight. And I know Todd was like, man, listen, I can't keep running out here chasing y'all cats. So I get it. He didn't have nothing. The energy was just too amazing tonight, man. So that's what it was for me.
I'm giving them a D2, guys. Again, like I said, kudos to the OKC Thunder, man. Their game plan was great. Their game plan was to get up in the Knicks, make sure they're not shooting a lot of threes. If they shoot, they're gonna miss them. Get up on them, and they can't keep up with. They could not keep up with those young boys of the OKC tonight. And this is what we're seeing tonight. We went down. We tried to shoot a 3-point. We miss it. Them guys go down. They make their shots. Then we going back and forth. But you're tired. You can't do it. The travel. A lot to me, it just looked like a tired Knicks team tonight, and this is why we see these little injuries that's happening right now with our team now. So it's just that we just have to play better. That's all. OKC just had a number tonight. That's all. Nothing we could do about it.
Fax, you mentioned their road trip, right? We had freezing Minnesota. We got in against
Detroit.
What was it? Yeah, the last game at 5 a.m. or something. 5 a.m. This is the third game on the road trip. They're begging to get back home tonight, and it did have an impact. Sharp hours.
Yeah, it took a little out of them, and then they got depleted on the road trip. They lost Randall. So who were we talking about though? Taj, man, I felt so bad for Taj tonight because this is the first time this year I really think I seen Taj look. I don't even want to say old because he's only 36, but he looked old tonight. He looked like he was worn out for the last couple of games, man. And he really needed to. We really needed another man to help out tonight, man. Taj really was out there, and still with him not even looking that great and doing our stuff, I'm still going to give him a C minus because I know what he can do.
Yeah, real talk. And then we do preview. We'll do a quick preview on the Toronto, and then it's on to Indy, and then back to back against Boston. So we're only 2 games under. We can bounce back. It's just that unfortunate loss tonight. Appreciate everyone in the chat, your energy. We're going to continue to chop up, give these players their grades, and we'll talk about where to from here. What do you want to see? And then we'll salute. It's 8 to midnight. So anyone that got to catch up with their partner or fam, will be here. But salute. Alec Burks tonight, Divine, 24 minutes off the bench. He did shoot well from 3. He was the only player, 2 of 3 tonight. Probably should have had more attempts, but they did D up on him quite solid. 9 points. Alec Burks, he's got to get a B tonight.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Alec Burks played an overall good game. He probably the most efficient shooter out there tonight, other than RJ, except from the 3-point line, RJ. But 10 for 20, you take that 50%, you take that all day. Yeah, Burks was just being Burks. gave us what he can give us. Still 9 points. You expect more from that, but the whole team was off, man. 80 points. I mean, I don't, so we, he get that beat because he was one of the most efficient guys out there, and he did grab 3 rebounds. That's about it. But it's hard to give out a lot of high grades when you score 80 points. It really is. You just got to take it for what it is. We was building from the 3-point line. He was only one of the guys that hit him. So that's why he get the beat. Because I think his numbers were just better than anybody else's tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to go on record and say I hope we do not have another 80-point game, KJ, this season. This has to be a one-off. 80 points is the definition of stinking it up on offense.
80 points, you're not going to win too many games in this league, and it's got to be one of our lowest scoring games this year. And for the past couple of years, if we go back to looking to the books, but he gets a C for me tonight. It was one point in the game where I think we were down. We had it to 3 points or something, and I'll be honest, I was looking for fourth quarter bursts, so I got a little disappointed. But it is what it is. The whole team was off. Just guys wasn't ready to play tonight. Not saying they wasn't ready; they just all looked tired. I guess from all the threes, not just because of the travel, but when your shots are not falling and everything's off. I call it panic basketball. It seemed like we were panicking tonight on every little thing we did, and our whole game plan just got blown up. So he gets a C for me tonight.
Yep. Facts. Sharp hours.
Yeah, Burks. Also tonight didn't look. He looked a little wear and tear tonight. He had some good shots tonight. I'm not going to take that away from him, and he's my Mr. B. So I'm gonna give Burks a B minus just because he tried to get out there. He tried to get ramped up, but he just couldn't get it going tonight. So kudos to Burks. B minus.
Yeah. I think you look at the 24 minutes, he definitely could have been playing more.
Yeah.
I think they left the starters in a little bit too long down that stretch, Divine, in the third quarter. I think it was a perfect time to bring in the bench right before OKC hit a couple threes and made it to 14.
Yeah, absolutely. Real talk. That was a key turning point to me. So and even with the situation with the overall play, like I said, they got to learn how to kick that ball, keep moving. Don't swing that ball one time and shoot it. I know they didn't. You think of the game against Detroit, they kept swinging that ball. It was swinging, it was moving. Tonight they wasn't swinging the ball. They were settling. And I even Tim talked about that in the press game, and I agree with him. That's what I was watching. I'm like, you know what? You guys are just settling for jump shots. Move the ball, keep moving it. Swing the ball till you get down to maybe the last second and whatever. But they were just not moving that ball around that perimeter enough tonight. And when you get stagnant like that, you're giving the team a chance to know what you're doing. So by them just being stagnant, getting one pass and shooting it, I think really that's what the turning point to me was the way they were doing that. They did not move that ball tonight for sure.
Yeah, real talk. KJ will be back. He's just visiting his fam. Sharp hours. Yeah, that. In terms of the rotations, what did you see tonight? Did you think that bench should have come in a bit earlier? Especially Alec Burks. 24 minutes when we were struggling.
I think Tibbs. I hate to dig on Tibbs for these last couple of minutes of 2021, but he didn't substitute right tonight, man. I think he left OB on the bench a little too long. I think he left Burks on the bench a little too long. I think he could have, substituted them in a little earlier, in a couple of quarters. But game's over now. One big thing tonight for all fans, just to remember this, man, we had a horrible shooting night tonight. And it affected us all the way around. It affected our assist ratio. It affected our points on the board. And, it may have looked a little different if they were hitting shots tonight. So,
yeah, definitely. Obviously, it makes it look a hell of a lot worse, 80 points when you're not shooting well. But the positive side of things, if you had to pick something, is 95 points. OKC, we did our job, Divine, defensively. You hold a team to 95 points, a West Coast team, although a bad, team in OKC. If our offense was clicking, again, we talk about that pivotal play, down 3, could have changed the game.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You know, our defense played well, other than the 3-point line defense. But you know, to give up 95 points and give up the many threes, I still think that was impressive. You know, to only give up 95 points and let somebody knock down that many 3 points on you. So it's pros and cons to everything. You know, not everything was bad tonight. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit here and be Devin down. Everything wasn't bad tonight. You know what I mean? Just that we lost the game from a 3-point line. Whether you want to say offense or defense, that's what we lost the game at. Obviously, we need to shoot better charity strike numbers. I think we just lost that at the 3-point line. We couldn't stop their threes. We couldn't make three. That was the game right there. That was it. You know,
Be right back. Be right back.
Yeah, likewise.
Yeah,
let me run to talk to my wife. I'll be back in 1 minute.
Yeah, you good.
Okay.
I'm holding it down.
Hold it down already, New Year guy. We'll be right back.
Yeah, real talk. Salute to the chat. Salute to everyone. Happy New Year. If you got a drink with you, I've got a drink ready, handy. But you know, this tough loss tonight. But I think you know, we're working our way back. You know, obviously a couple results went our way tonight as well in the Eastern Conference. We're 2 games under 500. Depends, you know, which way you want this season to pan out. Do you want to play the young players, or you want us to stack some vets, you know, at the trade deadline? We'll talk about it. Tell me in the chat what you want, you know, which direction you want to go with this franchise, you know, this season and next season. From what you've seen so far, we're almost at the halfway mark. Do you want us to see us stack some vets, or are you happy to continue playing these young players like tonight and just living and dying with the mistakes? You know, but either way, a New York Knicks fan for life. Salute. I see Spree. Yep, he wants to you know, trade everyone and you know, retool, rebuild. Get everyone out of here. Yep, I can see that. Can definitely see that. You know, we're not doing anything with this squad. You know, we've got vets on this roster. We're not even doing anything. I'm good either way. You know, if you want to trade Burks, Fournier, you know, get what you can for some of these pieces, I'm all with it. You know, play these young players, live or die with the mistakes. You know, you've got players that started tonight and got some NBA experience starting. You know, there's some positives in that. Deuce McBride, you know, he'll be better for the start tonight. You know, he went up against the beast in Shea Gilgeous. You know, quickly, obviously, Obi got his start as well, struggled. You know, he'll be better for that experience. We played a team with, you know, stretch fives, and that killed us. You know, Mitch got pulled out of the paint. Roby, to G Money's point, Roby looked like Kobe. Ty Jerome from New York area, he wanted to stick it to his hometown team. They just shot well, you know, and the floodgates open for OKC. You know, they've been stinking it up all season long, and tonight was the night that they burst out. You know, tonight was the night we couldn't buy a bucket. G Money spot on. You know, the free throw shooting has to improve. 12 of 22 is disgusting from the line. You know, there was a lot of culprits from RJ to Fournier. Too many points left at the line. And salute Soulfinger. Continue to build up the young guys. Yep, that's the future. Fournier got to go. On the next plane smoking. That $19 million looking like an albatross right now. It's probably a sunken cost. You know, team's probably not going to take that on unless it's a big trade for Westbrook or, you know, some team, you know, wanting assets, you know, draft capital for Fournier. You probably need to hold on to him and hope that he can turn his form around a little bit and raise some of his trade stock. And G Money, RJ was the only Nick that was aggressive tonight to the bucket. Absolutely. You know, with Randall out, no doubt RJ Barrett in his mind's thinking, okay, I'm the dude now that's got to step up tonight. And I'm happy he stepped up. You know, he at least stepped up, took it to the rack when the shot wasn't falling, you know, got them in foul trouble. They kept letting him go left. But to the commentary's point tonight, I think it was Breen or Mike, Breen or Wally saying that, you know, no matter how you try to stop RJ going left, it's still difficult, you know, because he's put on that size, that strength as well. Now, Now, the big question is, can RJ Barrett build on this, right? He has glimpses, he has little performance breakouts like this. Can he continue this, from here on out? Can we see this more often from RJ? Exactly, yes, Solfinger. He showed us what he can do when you give him the ball, give him, that opportunity to run the team, get by guys, use his size. I thought he got fouled a couple of times, at least 3-4 times. He got fouled at the cup, right? Didn't get called. That was crazy as well. So he could have had another couple and ones. But yeah, where to here from RJ Barrett? His shooting's got to continue to improve for him to take that next leap. His handle's got to get tighter. RJ Barrett's handle, his swing skill, that's got to get better. And welcome back, AJ Dub events 2022.
CT, my man, salute to you. Happy 2022 to the chat. To all my Knicks fans, listen, guys, it's a new year. We throwing last year away. That was last year's loss. It's a whole new regime right now. Listen, I need everybody in the chat right now, wherever you're watching in the world, wherever you're at, get yourself a glass, get yourself some cashmere, sit back, relax, and just take it, just chill. Chill. We're 17-19 right now, Knicks fans, right? Ask yourself, when is the last time we've been close to 500 in the new year in the past 5 years? You feel me? Relax. Take a chill pill. I wanted to go 5. I didn't want to go 10. But just think about it. Look where we at. We're in a great space right now. We know the trade deadline is going to happen, guys. And ladies and gentlemen, things are going to happen, right? We're still putting this pieces together. Guys are out on COVID protocol. The Knicks will be fine. But toast to everybody in the chat. Toast to my man CT.
Yep.
Toast to Devon.
Knicks Real Talk. Salute. RJ Barrett for 2022. Let's hope he gets a handle. His shot continues to improve. Yeah, go ahead, Divine. Give us your speech.
Salute to all the chat, man. Thank you for supporting Knicks Real Talk. That's Real Talk in the streets of Buzzing, man. We appreciate y'all. Hope everybody can have a peace, a blessed and safe new year. And just continue prosperity, man. Just have some prosperity, healthy, wealthy, and wise, and all that good stuff, man. And let's hope that we have a better 2022. And I still think the Knicks going to rebound and make it happen. I believe in this team. I believe they're going to still get where they got to go. But first and foremost, and everybody out there where you're streaming them from, yo, man, Happy New Year to all, man. My brother CT, so we appreciate all you guys on the panel. Love all you brothers, man. Real talk, man. Let's get it.
Salute Sharp Powers. Give us your speech. Knicks 2022.
Hey, to the chat, much love for this next new year. Hope everything comes true. Hope we can pull some wins together and get some things going on. To my fellas right here, man. I'm glad y'all part of my lives, man. Y'all make me happy. Salute to y'all in 2022.
Appreciate you, Shy. Salute to you.
Yep, let's get it. And let's just not put all our eggs in this season.
Yes.
Let's not forget we have 3 draft picks in the next couple of years. We have some young talent. The future's still bright, it's still flexible. Again, I'm not someone who's put all my eggs in this season's basket. Whether we make the play-in, whether the playoffs, it's a stepping stone, Divine. It's a stepping stone for us, right? Mm-hmm. I just want to see us continue to build off the momentum from last season.
Yep. Yeah, true indeed. Hey, Soulfinger, yeah, you're 100% right, my brother. I know you're on West Coast time, man. But salute to you anyway, my brother. Real talk. Real talk. So we know you're 3 hours behind, man. But let's hope 3 more hours from now, my brother, you'll be able to get there with your family, everybody, enjoy it, man. But it is, we here, man. So yeah, man, we got to look forward to it. I'm not worried about this. I still think we're gonna make this thing happen. I really do. I just think that let's see how this thing happens after COVID. Like I said, to me, I think I said this a couple of streams ago or last stream. I want to see us get to 500 by the halfway season. If we could be at 500 by the time the halfway the season comes 41 games. And then we hopefully have everybody back and put this thing together and move forward. But I'm not too worried about it right now. I will get worried after the halfway of the season we under 500. Then I'll be concerned. But I'm gonna stay focused right now, man. Because I believe we got a good product down there. We just got to get it. We had to wheel and deal a couple of people here and there. I do think we got enough talent to get to the playoffs and see what can happen, man. So I'm gonna stay optimistic about it. But I'm looking forward to 2022 and 23. Like you said, CT, we got draft picks. We in a good place. We got good movable pieces. We got some nice young talent in the pipeline, and I'm optimistic about it, man. I still think we're gonna do what we're gonna do.
Yeah, facts, D. And KJ, we're movers and shakers. I think this front office isn't happy where things are going so far. Tibbs is, here to win. He's a 63-year-old coach. He's not here for no rebuild, so we know what they're leaning towards. But what do you want to see direction for this team? I'm going to ask everyone. I'll start with you and the chat as well. I was asking when everyone was away, do you want to see us stack vets and try to make the most out of this season, or are you cool with just letting these young fellas rock and living with the results? Because I think it's time for this team to make a direction, because this team currently constructed, ain't going far this season without some changes. So you're either okay to rock with the young fellas or you want to stack some vets.
Right. So I think we're going to keep some vets, but we're going to get rid of a couple, if not a couple, about 3/4 of the vets that we got on. And it showed tonight. Like you need some of them guys out there on the floor. Like, a lot of those vets now, they can't play they can't play 35, 40 minutes per night because their bodies they don't have the same bodies like they had 5-10 years ago. And, you need some of them, but you also need some of these rookies, some of these young guys, because the young guys are learning from them and they get the momentum from the vets. So you keep a little bit of vets, but you bring in some more people that's going to help you in the right now, because we've seen what this team can do when they're hitting shots. So you bring in some more nitty gritty guys. You bring in a guy like I know these guys out here, but if we're talking about guys, you bring in a guy like a PJ Tucker. You bring in a guy like a Marcus Smart. I'm just throwing guys out there that I would love to see on this team that can help the team out in the now. Those type of players, the players that I want to see on this team as veterans, because they're still pretty much, especially Marcus Smart, is still pretty much very young. PJ Tucker a little older, but PJ Tucker provides defense. Defense. We held that team to 95 points a game. You know why? Because we had defense. So it could have went either way tonight. Last year. Could have went any way last year. But it is. So I definitely think we should see him CT.
Okay, so you want to make the most out of this season and continue to stack up some bets and sharp powers.
Yeah,
where are you headed?
I want us to make some moves. I think we got a couple of people that we can relinquish from the roster. I think we got some first round picks that we could offer. I think we got a couple of second round picks to offer. I think we go out there and make a splash. If it's going to be some consistent vets, if they're out there, I'm with that. If it's one small forward or a center is out there, I'm with it. I want us, if we can't make it to the 6th seed this year, I want us to at least to make it to the play-in. I don't want this year to be a year that we don't at least make it to the play-in and see what happens. So I believe in the Knicks, man. And I think this game was just one of those games that all these guys never played together. I mean, I don't want to say play together, but to start to be on the starting unit and play together like they did tonight. I'm figuring that next game Sunday is going to be a way better game, and it is what it is, man. I think we should make a move, and I think we should bring in about two pieces that we might need to get us that play in or to the sixth position.
Yeah. I agree with that. And D, it's pivotal making the playoffs in terms of, or the play-in in terms of the momentum we created from last season, right? We established somewhat of an identity, fellas, some success, built on some, obviously the play of Randall, but some other young players and Tibbs, coming in here, it'd be catastrophic for us to take a step backwards, I think. But also don't do anything that hamstrings our future. Don't do anything that hamstrings our future, D. But yeah, I'm on the train where just play who we got and just see where it can get us this season. But yeah, make some upgrades at the trade deadline if it's available.
Yeah, I think what we do is, for me, I mean, make some. I still believe we can get in this thing, man. So I don't want to throw the season away, but what I think we need to do is just go after some expirers. That's why I like the Robert Covington and them guys. That way you can still fight for this spot. Then you go in next year with a clean slate. That means a point guard situation is open for whoever can take it, and whether it's Grimes or you bring somebody in. But if you can move, I'm be honest with you, Kemba Walker's not going to do us no good the rest of the season. The knee's going to be like that. I think if you can move him and Fournier and Noel and bring in somebody who can help us fight for a player spot, but make sure they aren't expirers, unless they somebody who you want them to be a part of this thing long term. But if it's not the case, go get a couple of guys whose contract is up this year. Go hard to get in that buy-in like Shaw Powell said, that sixth or third, fourth, fifth, whatever, all depending on how the way the ball bounces. And then go for it, man. We still got to go for this thing, man. I think we 2 games under 500. We right there. The East, a couple of games here and there, man. The way this thing is going, we'd be up there. I do want us to at least fight for it this year. You know what I mean? But fight for it where if we don't pay out the way we want to, we still got all our young guys here. We still got our capital. We still got our money. We can make moves. And I think if you do that, then like you said, like Sophie, you got Covington, Reddish, and Barnes. Them cats is aspiring contracts. You know what I mean? So bring them in here, and then if we can see that. Because I think if you move Fournier and Kemba Walker, I like Kemba Walker, but I think if that knee gonna be like that, then we got him and Derrick Rose as the issue there. Mm-hmm. We can't have 2 of them guys like that. You know what I mean? So that for me, CT, I just think we just stay the course. And try to set out on a game plan that we had at the beginning of the season. But hopefully we can catch lightning in the bottle and get back in this thing.
Yeah, real talk. I think, I'm happy with Deuce and Grimes playing, regular minutes now, KJ. And also you're just seeing where that gets us. Obviously make some upgrades like we all want to see. But I think these young cats help us win. And I think that they will continue to play. I think Tibbs will keep them in the rotation. You're on mute, KJ.
Sorry about that, guys. So it's the experience right now. Them guys are not experienced enough right now. And, we have to see what it's like out there. They have to see what it's like to go a full, not saying they played 48 minutes, but they played a full game today. They got their feet wet tonight to see what it's like. You saw Deuce out there sweating, breathing for air. Like, man, he needed some help a little bit. But you know what? That's what it's going to take. And Tibbs is going to ride you. Regardless, if he needs you out there, he needs you. And I just feel like this Knicks team, they're like we guys said, they're 17 and 19 are right there. Don't forget last year we went 16-4 in our last 20 games, 16-4. That's why it's about who's getting hot. We just didn't hit our hot streak yet. But once we get hot on both ways, we get hot by winning and we get hot by hitting our threes. And we have the personnel to hit threes. Because once we start hitting our threes, guys, it's over. We might win 10 games in a row. Then what?
Mm-hmm.
Proof is in the pudding. That would have happened tonight, fellas. We'd have won that game easily. So, we make minor adjustments and then we move on because guess what? The superstars, the stars that want to come here, they're looking to see what are the Knicks going to do. So we can't show that we want to tank or quote unquote soft tank right now because people are watching to see, okay, well, they just did this to this person. What if that happens to me? So the Knicks that they got a job on their hand, but I think they get the job done.
Yeah, real talk. Yeah, sharp powers. These New York Knicks, these young fellas defend well. They help us get back to our identity from last season, right? Offensively, we're not much better than last season, but we need to continue to establish that identity that we had last season.
Yeah, we definitely got to jump out of this box real quick, man, and do something, extraordinary, man. I think these young guys could really bolster the team. I keep saying it always. And I think that like Divine said, I think it was Divine who said, if Kemba knees is going to be like this, let's rest him a little bit all the way until February, and let's see what happens if we could get him in some a move to a team that could use him in the and maybe a playoff team that could use him in the West Coast that can use him and try to get something from the deal or something like that. We need to get a little. We need some help, and we need this front office to do something to help the team this year. And I'm not taking nothing back, taking nothing away from the team. We missed Randall tonight. That 19 points and 10 rebounds tonight. So it is something that we as a fan we really have to figure out. I mean, let's sit back and wait to see what happens and talk about it.
Yeah, word. Divine, you make a great point with Kemba Walker, this knee, we're going to find out in the next day or two, but given the situation, he's played heavy minutes, D Rose is out. We just can't rely on these guys, I think it's Deuce, it's Quickly, it's Obi, it's these guys' time now. Grimes. And I think they will look for another vet guard at the deadline.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. Like I said, guys like Julius Randle, I don't know probably by Mr. Turk what I say, but everybody know I'm a Mitch dude. Everybody know I'm a big Mitch fan. You know what I mean? So, y'all know how me and Mitch, I get down with Mitch. I mean, you could tell why we need a Randle tonight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's certain guys that you keep and certain guys. I think all the guys that you signed, like other than Alex Bird, but I think the Noels, the Fourniers, the Kemba Walkers, them dudes, you just have to wheel and deal them three. I just don't think that there's nothing there for them going forward because you can get vets who can give you what you give them who are more healthy and played on both ends of the floor. You know what I mean? So to me, I like the whole young core. Every one of them, I like them. That don't mean they're gonna be here, but I do believe that you give them an opportunity because I think we in the league now where you get a young athletic. These guys are young athletic. They do things that's unnormal in these leagues sometimes. So we got to have them young guys here. But I do think that the guys we signed are free agent this year. There's no way we're gonna be able to roll with Kemba Walker and Derrick Rose if they that injury prone. You know what I mean? Let's be realistic about that. We're not gonna be able to go through a whole season with them two. So the best thing to do is cut your losses with one of them point guards and move on from Noel and them because these guys are injured too much, man. You know what I mean? It's like it's not that they're not good; they just always injured. Fournier, he tried, swung for the fences, it didn't work. I think you can get somebody $19 million to play way better defense than him, can do the same thing he do shooting the ball. I mean, I just believe that. I just think that we just got to try to move that contract, move Kemba contract, and keep letting these young guys get some burners. Bring in a couple of guys who are going to get us through this year. Because this, I don't think this thing is over by no means. But I just think that we need to try to shake this thing up and get some how I would say CT and in the chat and everybody, some gritty dudes. I'm losing the right word. We need some grittiness down in New York. Because even tonight, Baz, our 3-point shot was off tonight. I still think you'd have had some gritty cats up in there. It still could have been a different ball game. So I do think we got to find a way to get some toughness, man, and some gritty dudes down there, and who willing to fight over screens and scrap and claw and got no problem with it. So that's where I'm at with that. But I do think that we hold on to this thing, man, and just try to wheel and deal. You can move Fournier if you can. That'd be the first priority to me is move Fournier and Kemba Walker. Yep. First priorities, bro.
Facts, right? Yeah, and answer. Shout out Terrell. Kemba, Isaiah. You got John Wall out there. Mm-hmm. Is anyone you would particularly like to see here? KJ.
I can see a Miles Turner. It seems like that stretch 5 is needed. I love Mitch's game. But again, how long are we gonna go with these projects if it's not working the right way? So somebody a stretch 5 would be good for center because most of these teams we playing, they don't got no big men. So we need a guy that can stretch from the outside. We're missing that, and we need that in our offensive arsenal for this particular team because with a stretch 5, it really opens up the offense up. A guy that can go inside and outside, and that's Miles Turner. He fits that pedigree. And now, as far as our guards, I definitely think we need another guard in here. I do agree with Divine as far as Kemba's knees. It's just he did good when he sat down for a while and came back, but then you can see that it's still there. And then with D Rose a little up and older, with him coming back over surgery, we don't know how that's going to look anymore. And then you got a first year rookie with Deuce McBride still learning the NBA of trying. He's going to go 100 miles per hour back and forth. Still doesn't really know how to run a team right now. But, I can't really pinpoint another guard on here. We say John Wall, but maybe a Jeff Teague is still out there, I believe. Look at a Jeff Teague, a veteran guy, serviceable point guard. Shouldn't cost that much money. So I'll take a Jeff Teague at this point.
Yep, sharp hours.
Right now, some of the things we could do, we got a couple of things that we could package together. So a couple of scenarios that could be out there, and it could be a couple of scenarios of who we can get. I would be happy if, and this may sound funny, but I might be even happy. I definitely think Fournier needs to come. We need to I hate to, we need to move Fournier, man, and we need to move Kemba. So that's 19 million and another 9 million. So that's $28 million, man. 9 and 9 is 18. Yeah, $28 million. So, with $28 million, if you want to throw in a Noel in there, that's another $10 million. That's $38 million. If you want to throw Knox in there, that's another 42, 43. We got some options that we can do. And if we're still on the win now thing right now, we need to move those guys right now and get two or three or four people coming over here and get us into that playoff. No matter where we at in the playoff, 6th to 10th, we need to make the playoff somehow this year.
If you can swap Divine, you can swap Fournier, replace him with either Covington, Cam Reddish, or Eric Gordon. That makes a big difference, in terms of grittiness, defense. Or one of those three dudes brings a lot. Even Josh Hart, a name's been brought up recently. Josh Hart from Pelicans, he's been balling out on the wing spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Fournier's contract is not bad at all. Really after this year, only got 2 years left at $56 million, 30-something million. Counting this year, because there ain't nobody gonna pick him up on that fourth year anyway. I don't think, because that was a team option, not correct? It was 4
right.
The team option. Yep. So really, his contract was only $56 million. So even after this year, you only got 2 years and a half. So it's definitely movable. And to me, I just like the Robert Covington thing. I think he got that 6'8", 6'9" size. He's a good defender, not only on ball. He's a really underrated shot blocker for his height, and he can hit the 3-ball real well. He's an experienced dude. He's not over the hill, but he just know how to get it from where he get it from. And I think he makes a big difference. And like Soul Finger say, Harrison Barnes as well. But here's the interesting thing about let's say hypothetically, though we don't want John Wall. Here's the thing about it. John Wall got 2 years at 80, 90 million, right? Am I right or wrong? So, but here's the thing. Evan Fournier, Noel, and Kemba Walker is $40 million in them 2 years. So you're not even eating John Wall contract because you're 6'7". All right, Sherman said, I would come to 6'7". My bad. I thought you're probably a little taller than that. Thank you, Sherman. But I think with them 3 contracts, that's $40 million. So they were still on the book for 2 years anyway. So you really it's not like John Wall is going to affect the salary cap after 2 years because them dudes were going to be on the book for 2 years anyway. So you keep John Wall for 2 years. You know what? You ain't got to sign him back. Let him stay 2 years and run the point guard, or maybe and that last year that contract, maybe will and deal him at the deadline. So I do think that I'm not afraid of a lot of contracts because of the guys that we signed. They was only 2-year deals, with team options. So I do think we got a chance to will and deal for somebody big time. I don't care if we big time. We only 2 years left on his contract. Fuck it, will and deal him. Excuse my language. Go ahead and get them. And then after 2 years, we said if this thing don't work in 2 years, we got all them young boys sitting there that by the time 2 years is up, it's their team anyway. Blow it up. You got all the draft picks. You still got the young guys. So you can move. You still can. I think you still can make this team go without giving up the draft picks. You ain't even got to really give up the draft picks. The guys I want to bring in here. I think you can go mano a mano or whatever, but they will not be requiring none of them picks. And you could either take them picks and move them back another year, say we're going to push them back to maybe 2023. And if this thing don't work in the next 2 years, you blow it up, you got all on draft picks to start all over again, and you got your money. So that's why I would say I don't have a problem with certain contracts, CT, but I do like the Covington. I do like the Eric Gordon, because that's a couple of years left. But as long as there ain't no long-term deals right now until we figure out what we really going to do with Julius and RJ. You know what I mean? And all that stuff. I don't want to sit there and commit to somebody. You don't know if you're going to really keep RJ, and now you're going to sign him to an extension. So we also got to keep in mind that, what we're going to do going forward. Are we going to keep RJ? Are we going to keep Julius? If then that changes a lot of stuff for me.
Yeah, we do have a few attractive pieces, KJ. Alec Burks. Yeah, if you may not be able to move Fournier, Alec Burks is someone that a contender will want. And he might be a piece that you can attach to take on a bigger salary.
Absolutely, and to me, it seems like our problem is at the 2-guard position. It's a 2-guard position with the Evan Fournier and now putting Grimes in. But is it too much pressure on Grimes to come on in? Because we don't know, he's a rookie. So right now, let's say our 2-guard. As far as Alec Burke, definitely. Alec Burke could be a serviceable in any championship pedigree. You put him on a championship team now, he'll be valued to anybody. Put him on Lakers. You put him on you put him on Golden State. He'll be valuable to them, invaluable to them. So obviously, but it's the two guard. So if we're looking at something right now, guys, it's from that 2 position, because you want someone to build around Deuce McBride. And I have no problem if Tibbs says, you know what, McBride is our starting point guard going forward because of everything. I'm gonna keep saying everything he provides. Now, who can fit with Deuce McBride? We know we still have Julius Randle on the team as the power forward. You still have Mitch, and you got RJ, right? So now, the two position, who can fit with this guy? I like the Robert Covington, 6'7", 7'2" wingspan. That's the perfect match made in heaven. So I think that's perfect if we do that.
And he's going on my birthday, so we had to get him.
I like Gordon, Shah, and I like Gordon. I think he's that nice vet that can defend, help out. Yeah, I'm good with Reddish, Covington, Josh Hart. I really like that. I just think if we went the Kelly Oubre thing, that could have helped us a lot too.
Yeah.
And of course, today missing out on DeMar DeRozan. I mean, we paid Fournier $19 million. You only had to pay $3 more million to get DeMar DeRozan in here. And look at the stark difference. One's having an All NBA season, one's stinking up the joint.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what is oh man, I always forget this guy. Kelly, what's the blonde head? Yeah, what is he getting paid this year? 16, 17?
12, I think.
12? And man, we could have whatever. Dang, 12. Jeez.
Yep. That's what I wanted. I
liked him too, man.
Yo, man, I thought he would have been a perfect compliment in New York to play that 3 spot, man.
Defensive, and he could hit a shot or something like that. I thought he was real good too, man.
And he got dog in him. I mean, dog, that brother got dog in him, bro.
And he was screaming New York Knicks. He did a video, or he was talking on somebody's whatchamacallit about, the New York Knicks, they looking like this and blah, blah, blah.
That move right there.
Somebody wanted Fournier.
Yep. That move right there and that Terry Rozier move is one that's haunting us right now. Before he went to Charlotte, he thought he was going to be a New York Knick that night. I just thought that. I think, man, why y'all got to not go get that boy Terry Rozier when he left Boston? I thought he was going to be in a Knick uniform that year, but it didn't happen. So he killing it down here in Charlotte right now.
But like KJ said, to put next to Deuce, you need an elite wing with a shot creation like Zach LaVine. I mean, I know Zach LaVine's a pipe dream, but that's the kind of wing I want on my winning team. Like, he can elite shot creation, elite shot making, can defend, can athleticism, get to the cup. I mean, does Cam Reddish have that kind of potential? Maybe he's untapped.
Yeah, and I think coming out of Duke with I thought Cam Reddish was better than RJ. in that draft. Right? I think when I watched him, Zion, and Reddish play at Duke, I thought Karen Reddish was a little better than Barrett at the time. But you know what? Barrett had the height, and so it is what it is. But obviously, yeah, he definitely can help. He definitely can help as far as 3-point shooting. But we have a lot of threes. We have a lot of 3-point shooters now on this team. It's just that we're missing the shots, and it's like, man, like, come on, what's happening? But I wanted to ask you guys about Obi Toppin. You mentioned Zach LaVine, right? Zach LaVine, he was known for dunking. Aaron Gordon was known for dunking. These guys got better through time. Blake Griffin was known for dunking. Do we think Obi is going to develop a 3-point shot consistently?
I do. The reason why I say that, because he can shoot the 3 ball. He can shoot the foul tap real well. He got a good stroke to his shot at the charity stripe. I think if Obi Toppin get the league average, just get league average, I think he has a chance to be a good player in this league. I mean, he got everything else. And like I said, for somebody like him to miss the whole situation last year because of COVID, no summer league, none of that stuff, man. I mean, that stuff played a major role. And I think if he developed that league average 3-point shot, Obi Toppin would be a problem. Because you know why? He's gonna be one of them dudes like when you go to you even fake him at that 3-point line, he put that ball on the floor, it's a wrap. Right. So I'm hoping that he do that. But like look at Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin shooting a 3-point ball real good at the end of his career. So yeah, I mean, you gotta give these things time. I mean, Rome wasn't built in one day. Nobody can come good overnight that good unless you're just born with that talent. You know what I mean? There's only so many guys that's born with that skill that can come in here and just be that nice off the door. But I do think Obi Toppin, whether it be with the Knicks or anybody else, I think he's going to be all right in the NBA. I do think he'll be fine, though.
See, I don't necessarily think 3-point shooting is our problem. It's creation. We have dudes that just catch and shoot dudes who can break down a defense, tonight, who can create a shot out of nothing, like Shai Gilgeous was. That's what makes you an all-star, all-NBA type dude, right? That's what we're missing next to RJ. Mm-hmm. If we had drafted Mikal Bridges or Miles Bridges, that Knox thing has set this franchise back possibly 5 years. If we had nailed that Knox draft, we'd be looking a solid starting 5 right now, and a missing wing, Sharp Hours.
Yeah, that that would have been something, coulda, shoulda, woulda. And right now, I don't know. Man, it's about to be something interesting right now, man. And we just got to sit here and wait and see what happens. But we had some chances to get some people. We got some people on the team now, and this is a new year, so let's see some new things happen this year.
Hey, real talk. It's a new year. Divine chat, ladies and gents. Salute to you. Apart from the West Coasters, it's on the East Coast. It's 2022. Only 2 games under. A couple of pivotal stretches coming up, Divine. Toronto, Indy, and then Boston. We need to win 3 out of the next 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. You know what it is. It's tough when we lose. When we lose a game. It just the energy is different. You know what I mean? We feel like the world is about to cave. Everybody's talking to everybody. But when we win a game, it's like, we about to go on. See, that's why I don't get too high or too low or too high on this stuff, because it's the NBA. It's an 82-game season. It's just a long season. We haven't even reached the halfway point yet. And a month ago, we wanted to run everybody out this piece. The other day we wanted to, we want to do this here. Now we lost tonight. We want to run everybody about it again. You know what I mean? You can't get too multi-tasked with basketball because it is a game of runs. Basketball is a game of runs, bro. Believe it or not, I'm gonna tell you something. Look at a lot of teams up there. Watch at the end of the year. A lot of teams up in that top spot not gonna be there. Watch, because they peak too fast. We ain't even peak yet. You know what I mean? I still think we got enough time to get this thing and turn it around. I'm not gonna say throw everybody out, because this is the same team I thought was gonna win 52 games.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and I might not be the wisest mind in the world, but I know basketball. I got common sense, and I just know that right now, this game tonight was one of them things like this here. Look, we would have shot that ball. What we've been talking about tonight. We about to go 5 in a row. We about to catch everybody. The Knicks is the They the bomb. We lost the game tonight because we didn't shoot threes well. We didn't defend well. It is what it is. You know what I mean? What can you say? You know, but I don't think that this team is that bad. I think Deuce showed me what he could do on an ongoing basis. I like that young man playing point guard for New York Knicks. I think he got a good future down here because he plays Tom Thibodeau basketball. He's a pesky defender. He got a good shot when he hitting it, and it's a miss and make league. Like listen, how big was on Grimes 3-4 games ago? Now the last 3 games he done stunk it up. You know what I mean? He stunk it up. You know what I mean? And he was like, "Yo, we got to start Grimes. He the man." Oh well, they young, bro. They young. They babies. They babies in the NBA. They gonna go through this stuff, man. So I don't get too high off it. I don't get too low off it. I just think that I know this here though. I think we're gonna be up in this piece. I'm just gonna stay confident, optimistic like that. I believe the Knicks gonna be up in this thing when all dust settles. When everybody else losing like we losing too, we gonna be up in this piece, bro. Real talk.
Hey, CT, Sean Devon. Just think about this. We're so happy. I'm happy in loss because I know we have a brighter future with some of the guards we got.
Mm-hmm.
There's no more Howard Isley days.
Right.
No more Chris Duhon can shoot. But you know, if you can think about the past Knicks and the
contracts,
the contracts, Frank Williams, like the names of these guards that we had, you know, so it's like we got Deuce McBride and Grimes to work for. They're going for future for guard. All they gotta do is once they get right and get better, man, the sky's the limit for them all.
Mm-hmm.
Who gets hot?
Let me ask you guys, you know, we got some contracts we want to get rid of, right? LA Lakers have a contract they might want to get rid of. So if you stack up Fournier's money with Kevin Knox, Nerlens Noel, would you take back Russell Westbrook? You know, there's some contracts I want to get out of. There's some contracts they want to get out of.
I don't got no problem with that.
Yeah,
I don't. Because like I said, it ain't like it's a long-term contract. It ain't long. You know what I mean? And this is the type what you may think about Westbrook. Yo, that brother can get it. See, he's better than any point guard we got by a long shot. You know, a long shot. Hey,
hey, the chat wants no piece of it, man. John Wall's making the same money. So.
Right. See, that's what I don't understand. Why would y'all take John Wall but don't take Russell Westbrook?
Right.
Just because Russell Westbrook is not playing good with LA don't mean Russell Westbrook is not a good basketball player. That man better than every player we got on the Knicks. Period.
Yeah, it's better than West
player we got, bro.
Defense wins championships, guys. Defense wins championships. You put McBride and Russell Westbrook in that backcourt. What? Defense running it back down that court. Just think about it.
What?
For a short term, I'll take it. I'll take get rid of those contracts.
I hope Wall gets bought out, and then it's an easy decision. I'd take Wall in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
If I had a trade for one or the other, I think Wall's been out of the game a bit, and he's, you know, character wise, you know, there's some question marks. But Russell Westbrook's desire to win and play hard every night. He might be shooting bricks all the time, but he can still get to the cup. I'd swap, you know, the Kemba thing I put in the chat too. It just hasn't worked out, unfortunately. You know, New York native. We'll hope for a fairy tale, guys, but that knee thing tonight, we can't have that keep playing up.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna tell y'all something. If Anthony Davis come back, everybody clowning the Lakers right now. If Anthony Davis come back, and LeBron, Anthony Davis, and Russell Westbrook will get to the playoffs, watch that team. I'm telling you. See, everybody throwing shade at it's the regular season. Everybody throwing shade at these guys because they losing. Watch when the boys get healthy and get back in there. I guarantee you Russell Westbrook, to LeBron James, and Anthony Davis is a problem for anybody. Period. Anybody. This dude he's a first ballot dude. We might not like his game. We might like his eternal machine. We might not like the way because he don't shoot 3-point shots. There's a lot of cats don't shoot 3-point shots in the NBA still getting buckets. Russell Westbrook is a walking triple-double. And this man done been in the playoffs. He know what it is to get in there. He might not have won a chip, but he's been that close. You know what I mean? He's been there. And I think if KD would have left, they might would have finally won one. Well, Russell Westbrook, look what he did for the Washington Wizards last year. He came to Washington Wizards last year, and he helped Bradley Beal take that team from the bottom of the pile, got them to the damn near, got them to the bubble, to the buy-in or whatever. let's not get it twisted. Russell Westbrook can do his thing. He's not a 3-point shooter. That's not his game. But look at his stats, though. And everywhere he go, he was out winning teams just about. They might didn't win a ring, but he been a winner in this league, dude. Russell Westbrook can get it. You know what I mean? And just right now, because the Lakers funking it up, you know, it's emotional. But I guarantee you, Russell Westbrook is better than every Knicks player we got on this team. But hands down. He better than Julius, better than RJ. He better than everybody on that Knicks team. Russell Westbrook better than all of them. They can't even touch Russell Westbrook. None of them.
See, I wanted that Rajon Rondo deal. I mean, all that took was Denzel Valentine to get Rajon Rondo in here. That could have been something we explored, although by all accounts, Rondo Shah wanted to go to Cleveland, you know. That excited him to play with young guys. But I hope we would have inquired about that, you know, for a Kemba for Rajon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would have been a good move. That would have been a good move.
Yeah.
But then again, we right back at the same thing. I mean, it's like I think we just got to go get the cats who can get it. I know these run of the mill dudes. I'm sorry, man. I mean, we've been cycling these cats, and like I thought Derrick Rose was gonna be the last of the Mohicans when it comes to that. I thought he was gonna be the last dude that we do that recycling with. I thought he was gonna be one. But then when they brought in Kemba, I was like, man, they ain't gonna get us. They ain't gonna get us nowhere. You gotta have some guys got some grit, man. You know, it's not about the talent in New York. Not everybody could play in New York City. Not everybody could play there. I don't care how many shots you can knock down. Don't mean you can play in the Garden every night. You gotta be a certain type of player to play in New York City. And I just think that Russell Westbrook he does have that. I give him that much. He got that much. He got the heart to play in New York City. He ain't scared of the media. He ain't scared of us. He Westbrook go up against any guard in the league and won't back down from them. He won't back down for nobody in the NBA. Period. And we ain't got guys like that. That's why we get smacked around like tonight. We need guys who ain't backing down for nobody, man. You know, this is no boys association, man. Come on, man. And I just think guys like that, and him and John Wall, and their contracts is tough, but you know what? Them dudes ain't backing down for nobody. And you need that to go up against certain guys in this league. When you get in that playoffs, man, you better have somebody who ain't gonna get punked up in there. Because you will get punked in the playoffs. And we seen that last year. We got punked. You can't be bringing anybody in New York City, man. That's what I think, man. That's my opinion with Russell Westbrook. We might not like him because of the way he shoot, but damn, you can't tell me that man numbers don't speak for itself. Them ain't no bogus numbers. You know, them numbers ain't bogus, bro. You know, when he was with KD at OKC, them cats could have won it there. You know, they was up 3-1 on Golden State. You know what I mean? Had a chance to do that. So they went to the finals where they went there when they played LeBron and them. Ain't like Russell Westbrook ain't never been there. Him and Harden went to the finals against LeBron and them. So,
AJ?
Yeah, you know what? And I'm agree with Devon, man. If we all play basketball on this panel, right? We all play basketball. You know, you go to the park, you know, you play organized ball, you're out there to play the game. You ain't really thinking about your stats like that. Some people do, some people don't. But I know when I play basketball, my thing is I'm trying to score. I'm trying to win. I'm trying to stop my man on defense. It's basketball. A Russell Westbrook will make this team a lot better than what they are right now. Just based on because he's a basketball player, nitty gritty. He gets in your face. He still runs up and down the court. Not too many can do that. People do that at his age. Regardless if the man can't really shoot or not, but the one that he can get to that hole, he can pull up, jump shot, he can do. He's a passer anyway. So, and that's what we need. But he provides a lot. Think about it. What are we doing right now, man? Like these projects we did, that just the pieces are not working. So something has to happen. And I believe the front office is going to have something that's probably going to drop all our jaws, just like they've been doing these past couple of years. It's something that we're not even thinking about that these guys have. And then we all going to be like, oh my goodness, look who we got. So I believe something in the works. It's just us as Knicks fans. We have to be patient. But you know what? I get it. You know, we get the high blood pressure. We want to win. They teased us last year, and it's like, man, like, come on. Like, we know this team could be good. And that's what the issue is now, fellas. You know, like, we all got the high blood pressure problem as far as when it comes to this team.
Thanks, Shaw.
Real quick, Shaw. Let me ask y'all a question. I'll let you go, Shaw. The last 4 championships, who were the point guard of them teams? Last year was Drew Holiday, veteran, ball, dog, can get it. Ain't backing down with guard anybody. Rondo,
Lakers, right?
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, you got to have certain type of mentality when you're playing in the playoffs. Because look what happened to Trae Young. Got to the final, but Trae Young wasn't shutting down. Drew Holiday shut that boy down, basically. You know what I mean? You got to have guys who got dog in them, man, because that atmosphere is crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Yep. Sharp hours. What do you want to see with the point guard?
I know one thing, man. We got a lot of pieces to move and a lot of things to do, and we have a lot of point guards right now. So if we do make a move for a point guard, we might have to relinquish one of the point guards that we have here, especially if we get another point guard. I mean, like a trade for Kemba and somebody, package Kemba with like a Noel and try to go get Eric Gordon or something like that. That would be a quick fix. I don't want to say a quick fix, but that would help us tremendously at that point guard position. We could make that move and I mean, I'm with it. I wish we had a option to get Westbrook. I wouldn't be super duper opposed to not getting Westbrook. I would love to have Westbrook here. The way he goes, the way he plays ball, and every time I seen him play ball, he comes to the Knicks. He is going to electrify the Knicks. He is going to drive the ball to the hole and dunking on somebody, and he definitely is going to get about 10 assists a night. So, and a couple of rebounds tonight, a couple of rebounds also. I mean, either we're gonna make a move now and go for somebody, or we're gonna keep this team and try to put it together and put these pieces together and figure out what we're gonna do. But whatever happens in this next month and a half, we gotta jump on it now. And the worst thing about all of this is that this protocol that's going around right now, because I believe we would have already had a move already done already if everybody wouldn't have been so scared right now of trying to let go of anybody because they don't want to deplete their team so much. So it's a couple of things, man. I mean, we got a month and a half, about a month and a half to see what's going to go on, man. Right now, the first 45 days or so, and let's see what happens, man. There's some moves out there that we can make to make this team a little stronger, and the only thing we have to do is get a little stronger and get to the end of the season as a play-in or a playoff team. That's my main focus. I want us to be in the third, fourth, or fifth, somewhere there in the sixth. But if we can make it to the seventh or the eighth spot, somewhere around there, and still, have the two game, I forgot how it goes, the 2-game playing or whatever it is, I think that would be a good option for us, at least right now, as we still trying to figure out who we're going to bring in and who we're going to relinquish. Because by the off season, everybody might be up for trade. By the off season, everybody might be up for trade.
No one's untouchable to me, fellas. Like even Julius, this play, I'm not tied to no player's name. I'm attached to this name on my shirt.
Fact.
You know what I mean? That's it, right? If you don't if you don't produce, you can get out of here. I mean, Divine, you've been a fan for a long time. I've been a fan a long time. We've all been fan for a long time. We ain't got close to winning in the last 20 years, right? So we need a shake up, you know what I mean? And Tibbs, this front office, the clock's ticking on all of them right now, because James Dolan is the owner of this thing, right? If this thing's not working, he's going to make some moves, right? He gave Phil a little bit of time. It didn't work, and he shipped Phil out. He's still paying Joakim Noah. This man doesn't care. He's still paying Fizdale. He's probably still paying Hornacek. He's still paying Derek Fisher.
Right. He's like, I got money.
Hey, everybody.
Phil can't playing up yet. Like playing that $60 million. Hey, you know what? And like I said, I'm not advocating for the Knicks to trade for Russell Westbrook, but people just need to understand that Russell Westbrook is the real deal. I'm not telling nobody to trade for Russell Westbrook. I'm not. I'm saying, but if you had a choice to have him, can you imagine Deuce McBride learning how to play behind Russell Westbrook for another year or two?
Yeah.
that would teach that young man. And these two got the same type of energy too. They dogs. They are dogs, bro. That's the only reason I bring him up is that because, man, let me see. Derrick Rose, what's his name? Kemba Walker or Russell Westbrook. If you had to pick your three right now, Westbrook, Kemba Walker, or Derrick Rose, who do you take it?
Of course, Westbrook.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You know why? And Julius Randle will respect him.
Oh, no question about that.
I'm saying? Julius Randle will respect that dude. You ain't coming in there and pulling that shit on Russell Westbrook. No, you get in line. I'm the point guard. I'm running this shit. You stand in line and watch me handle this shit. Me and you handle this together. See, Julius Randle don't have nobody who he respects on this team like that. A guy like Russell Westbrook will make Julius Randle get in line. Give me the ball. Don't you give me the ball. So that's why I like him, man. I really believe that. But I'm with you, CT. We got to get something popping because Dolan's spending too much money. He's like, yo, I got sending me to the poorhouse. He ain't gonna be poor, but I'm just saying.
Word, he spent money on this court and uniforms, and if we made the 4th seed last season, let's say we miss out on, or we make the play-in and we flame out in the first game of the play-in, I think Tom Thibodeau's maybe got one more year, and the clock's ticking on that.
Yep.
Right, KJ.
Yeah. Superstar-driven league, man.
Absolutely. I think now is our patience and their patience is running thin. And it's all because of the year that happened last year. Like they played with house money. They took some gambles this year, and we don't know where it's going to be at yet. But we rolling the dice, and they rolled the dice the wrong way. I'm not getting DeRozan. I'm not getting Levine. Getting one of them guys. They rolled the dice all wrong.
Yep.
And we can admit that they rolled the dice wrong, and they know that they rolled the dice wrong. So they try to make up with it when they got Kemba Walker, but it could have went either way, and it's not going the way we thought it was going. And then we got some young guys there.
Just to that note, real quick, if they have to attach an asset to get rid of Evan Fournier, whoever was the decision maker in the circle that pushed for Fournier, you're probably going to see that person as scapegoat. You're probably going to see them out, whether it's Scott Perry, Leon, or Wes, or whoever, because somebody pushed for that Fournier move. And if that was a failure where we have to attach an asset to get out of it, man, that person's probably a scapegoat.
Nope. Like Mark Berman said, and I remember what Mark Berman said. And I remember that year, Scott Perry wanted DeMar DeRozan. Scott Perry wanted him. Scott, hear me out what I'm saying. Scott Perry wanted DeMar DeRozan. You know what I mean?
They didn't want to go. They didn't want to go that high.
I wish.
Yep. They didn't want to go that high.
In the 4th year, I think. Fournier, we gave 3 years. DeRozan, admittedly, before the season started, the DeRozan contract was getting some bad traction as maybe one of the worst contracts dished out. But suddenly the season started and he's balling out, and he's flipped it to make it look like one of the best contracts.
Yeah.
So it's it's tough,
So I do think we're gonna will and deal. Let's getting back to it. I think we will and deal, man. And I just thought whatever we do, like I said, it's hard when we lose games. It's just so hard when we lose games because we got a lot of pessimism sometimes. But I do think we will and deal somewhere. And just you ain't gonna explode the thing up. Just get some pieces that's gonna make it better. But I don't have no problem moving the Fournier contract. That's for sure. Him and Kemba contract. Not because Kemba can't play basketball. I'm worried about his knees. Can Kemba Walker even make it to the playoffs? You know what I'm saying? That's my concern. Not his game. What happens if we going through a 7-game series and he got to miss a game or miss 2 games?
Right. And that's what I'm saying, guys. Think about it now. We taking this team, playing all these minutes, to get to the first round of the playoffs. We say we make the first round of the playoffs. Guess what's going to happen? Everybody's going to be tired. It's going to be worse than last year. Everybody's tired again, and then we don't have anything. So we need to find that even medium. Guys that's going to come in and help, and guys that's going to come in and really, really put on a showing to help these young guys out, because they're going to be the future of this team. So
that's why the clock's ticking on Tibbs, right? For all the people that want Tibbs out, he's pushed for these vets, D Rose, Taj, older dudes, Julius, sticking to him like glue. In the eyes of in Tibbs's eyes, they can't make any mistake. And it's like at the end of the day, how much influence is he having over Leon, right? I know they're best buddies, but Leon needs to do his job, or he's going to get the one. He's going to be the one that has to do the firing soon, because James Dolan's going to tap him on the shoulder, right? So Tom Thibodeau is quite rigid at the moment. For me, the clock's ticking on him, not just because of his coaching, but he's bringing in all these moves reek of him having some kind of influence, right? D Rose can't stay healthy. He pushed for Nerlens Noel,
Hey, CT, I want to ask you something to that question. I think Leon Rose and Wild Wild West will walk away. Just based on the relationships they have with Tibbs and everything else. These guys, this is not what they do. They got the position. Do we believe, or do we think that these guys are just grabbing the money right now?
Like Phil.
Like everybody else that's came in and did in this so far with the Knicks.
No, I don't, because I think they did a good job.
Okay.
I think Leon Rose and them dudes did a phenomenal job last year and this year. The Knicks are in a good situation, guys. It's not like they about to flame out. They cap strap. They don't got no picks. The Knicks are in a damn good situation than a lot of teams in the NBA. We got movable contracts. We got draft picks. We got almost $54 million we want to trade this week, and we can get rid of it, basically. The problem is that injuries, COVID, the one foreign-day contract, that one, if you want to throw that in the Kemba thing out there, because like I said, the other day, we was like, yo, Kemba, that dude. Now we thought about shipping him up out of here. You know what I mean? The foreign-day thing, to me, it might be the only mistake I think they made, because I think everything else was like this here. I'm setting this thing up, so you know what? When a trading deadline comes, I got contracts I can move to get somebody in here that they really want. Because you got to remember something, guys. The free agent class wasn't that big this year, because a lot of them cats stayed with their teams. A lot of them cats stayed where they was at. But you got to remember, you can't blame Lonzo Ball and DeRozan for not coming to y'all when you got Zach LaVine sitting over there. Julius Randle was not Zach LaVine, you know what I mean? And Mike Conley wanted to stay in Utah. A lot of these cats wanted to stay where they was at, because they was on the cusp of going to a deep playoff run. I don't think Leon Rose did a bad job at all, because like I said, I think it's all the matter right now. We just need to get healthy. Let's see where this thing can go before the trading deadline. And worst case scenario, we will and deal a player that we brought in here. I think we'd have been singing a different tune if Noel wouldn't have been hurt this year. Noel anchored that team last year. See, now that he's hurt, now we got to get. We're gonna have scapegoats in New York. We are, right now. Only one that I don't think is no scapegoat is Fournier. Literally, that's the only contract I'm disappointed with. Everybody else, like Derrick Rose, he didn't get injured because he played too much. Derrick Rose came down on somebody's foot the other day, earlier in the season. It wasn't because he got hurt, because he playing too many times, he playing long. No, Derrick Rose came down on somebody's foot, or he came down wrong and he got injured. That shit happens. It happens. There's a lot of players out there like that, man, that's hurt, that not only on the Knicks, but I do believe that Scott Perry, Leon Rose, and them have done a good job so far, because we love Deuce McBride. We love Grimes. We love all these guys they bought. Tibbs bought these boys in here. And Derrick Rose and Todd Gibson, I don't have no problem with them, because you know what? Them the two that produced in the playoffs last year. Ain't nobody else did nothing. Them two dudes produced. I just think that the Fournier and Kemba Walker thing, the one that threw me. I just think that we could have. I didn't like the Kemba Walker thing just due to the fact we had Derrick Rose already. Two older point guard that's like CT said, they kind of injury prone. I think that's the move, but I think they made that out of just say, okay, you know what? We do need a point guard here. We're not going to be able to go nowhere, so they just took Kemba Walker.
Yeah, that's risk free.
Yeah, right. But I really don't. I believe this team gonna get in the playoffs. And I believe once they get there, you will see a different Knicks team. I'm optimistic about that, because like Tibbs said in the press conference, Mark Berman asked him in the press conference today, do what Tibbs said, look, I believe. Tibbs said, I believe. And when I heard him say, that's all I need to hear, because I'm the same way. I believe too. I'm like, I ain't sweating this shit, because it's just a loss. It's a loss. And when we lose, we feeling down. You lose your girlfriend, you're feeling bitter. You lose your dog, you're feeling bitter. You lose your money out your pocket, you're feeling bitter. But soon as you get that money back, soon as you get that girl back, soon as you get that dog back,
we need to get Julius right, Divine. You know, we need to get he's the one. If we get right, he'll take us where we need to go.
Facts.
I think, yep. KJ, yep. When Julius comes back, he needs to be the Julius last season or close to. And I think, you know, and I think we can make that push.
Right. And, you know, in this time that he has right now, he gets to really evaluate the game from home now and see, okay, I see what others may be thinking about on the court when I'm not in the game. Let me see. So guess what's going to happen? When Julius gets back, he's going to be rested. He's going to say, okay, well, I can do better at this spot now because I stayed home for 10. I stayed home for the past 5 games now. Let's see where our record is. Now Julius can say, you know what? I can do this better now. This is how I make my teammates better. So it's a blessing in disguise. It's also a gift of the curse that it happened to him, health and safety protocol. But the good thing is he gets the chance to analyze everything that we see as from a fan base now that he can finally see.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep, absolutely. Now let's give our thoughts moving ahead now. We got Toronto on Saturday. Was it Sunday?
Sunday.
Yep. Toronto on Sunday. Yep. No fans in the arena. It's going to be real interesting. I wanted to quickly say that before when Divine was talking about, you know, the movements and us hopefully seeing the COVID thing delaying movements. I think they're going to have to close the season for a little bit in order for moves to start happening. You're seeing Toronto now limit fans or no fans at all. Sharp hours, you know. What are your thoughts on the next 3 really important games?
Well, it's going to be something, and to see, I mean, last time we went to Toronto, you see what happened. So I understand why they limited the fans coming into the arena. It is getting to the point that I think that this is after the new year. I think we may make it to this weekend, and who knows what's going to happen after this weekend if they're going to start putting some restriction on fans in New York. I mean, back over here in the U.S. If we're going to stop people from coming to the games or limiting people into the games, and we're going to have to do something if they stop the play of the games for 2 weeks or 10 days or something like that to get everybody back healthy. What's going to happen to the trade deadline? What's going to happen with the All-Star break this year? What's going to be pushed back and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things that, aside from the New York Knicks, the whole NBA is really going to have to take into consideration because this protocol is really I don't want to say messing up, but it's hindering us, hindering the teams to start making some minor or major moves, and it's setting the NBA back a little bit. So let's see what happens, man. We still got 45 days to see what's going to go down.
Yep. KJ, stuff's going to go down definitely, and as we get closer to this deadline, we're already in January now, officially 2022. We got 4.5 weeks till the trade period is ended, so they have to do something about moves being able to be made and the COVID situation, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, this is what these guys, this is what Adam Silver's here for. They have to figure that out with the association. And I think they will. I know one thing, they don't want to shut any games down. It's big business, you know. So I think the most part they'll do, they'd probably just limit fans or just have no fans at all and go back to a virtual type setting again, if that's the case. But then also you got to figure with these guys traveling in and out from different city to city, that's the issue right there. So again, I can see maybe a 2-3 week shutdown to extend the season into the summer, and then do things like that. You know, at least you cut off in July, and then we start back in October again. Have a training camp in August. Maybe no summer league again. You know, so I mean, it's a lot, man. And I know they don't want to do that, but they might just have to. They got to do something. And that's what you're looking at. So
yeah, Divine. Also, real quick about the college season. You know, if COVID impacts the college season, that could play in our favor with later picks. You know, we know there's a lot of parity when teams can't scout and do all of the necessary, workouts and whatnot.
Yeah, absolutely. I think CT, just to piggyback off what your guy was saying, I would just do like we said, we all talked about earlier, shut it down for 2 weeks. Shut it down for 2 weeks. They should say the day they shut down the NBA that day, every team in the NBA is mandatory. That next day, every coach, every player, everybody get tested. Everybody. I don't care. You know what I mean? And then that way you got 2 weeks. Because now they done moved the quarantine thing up to 5 days.
Right.
So you literally can shut it down for 2 weeks and give everybody enough time to recycle through the quarantine for those who might have it, those who don't. Because if you shut down, then if everybody quarantined, then obviously you should be good. And I think that's the way to do it because they done lost a lot of money with the last time they had that bubble thing. They lost billions of dollars. Adam Silver and them not trying to lose $1 billion again. You know what I mean? And they worry about the revenue going up and all that good stuff too. So I think Adam Silver has done a good job running the NBA. Phenomenal commissioner. I trust and believe him and the Players Association. They're going to get together. They're going to figure out what's best for the NBA and they're going to make it happen. I do believe that because I think Adam Silver has done a phenomenal job with the NBA, man. And that game is taking off. The NBA is taking off, and thanks to him, doing the things he did by bringing the play in, the buy in. They doing all these things to make the game more exciting, making it harder to tank in the league. Now, I don't care if you tank that, you ain't guaranteed the first pick anymore. So they came together and did a lot of good things. I'm trust and believe. I think they're going to do the right thing with this here. But I hope they get it under control, man. Because I want to see what the Knicks going to do. I think these cats going to go in there and make a move. And I think they're going to say, listen, we're going to get to the playoffs this year because let me ask y'all a question. How many cats in the chat and how many cats on the panel think the Knicks is not going to make the playoffs or they're going to make the playoffs? Then that tell you what you need to know about which way you think this team going to go. Do you think we're going to make the playoffs? Are we going to fight for the playoffs? Or are we not going to do it? And that kind of tell you what type of move that we're going to make going forward, to be honest with
you. Yeah, I think they're definitely going to try to push for it. I don't see any other way possible. I think they don't want to look bad. Their jobs is on the line too. Although I do think they'll use the excuse. Let's say if Dolan pulls them in a room, right? Let's say they all have a front office meeting right now, and I'm Dolan. I'm saying, well, what's going on, fellas? I do believe they'll be saying, oh, look, last season's success, we didn't expect that. That was ahead of schedule. I do feel like, it was COVID season. Randall balled out. I think they might use that as an excuse to say, hey, this is the real path we were supposed to be on, but last season got fast-tracked.
Okay.
I believe they'll make the playoffs, and we're right there in striking distance. And Devon, you always bring this up. Look at the way we're playing. We're only 6 games out of first place. We're 17-19. The leaders are 23 and 17. I mean, 23 and 10. 23 and 10, the Bulls. I mean, we're right there. And it's like, once the team gets going, they ran out of gas tonight or last night. They ran out of gas. We're not playing up to par like we know we're supposed to be playing with. But once we hit that stride like last year, watch out. Watch out. And then when we're on that 10-game winning streak, it's going to be no more. I'm like, okay, this is the Knicks that we expected. We just haven't gotten there yet,
Yeah, with that said, Sharp Powers, appreciate your wise words and knowledge. Take us out for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow. Knicks Real Talk. We'll be doing a recap of this game and then a preview of the pivotal Toronto game. We haven't played well in Toronto. RJ goes back home and he's in form now.
Yeah, we got some things to go on and some games to play, man. This game with Toronto should be interesting. I think they have a couple of guys still out on the protocol also. So I was looking for us to do a 4-1 or 5-0. We didn't make the 5-0, but we still have a chance to do 4-1. And let's see what happens, man. Salute to everybody.
Yeah, facts. KJ Dub, I appreciate you. Happy New Year to you and Shah and your family, everyone in the chat.
Yes.
Divine, let's get it. This train continues to roll. We're just going to find out what's going to happen. It's a wait and see. The COVID thing's compromised this season in my eyes. Anyway, we're going to be playing some teams that are still less strength as well. So, anything can happen this season. For anyone that thinks something won't happen or will happen, it's going to be very unpredictable, basically.
Absolutely, absolutely. And again, CT, I want to thank you for allowing me to come on the platform as always. Happy 2022 to everybody up on the panel. Brothers for life. Just keep doing what we do. Keep putting that Knick content out there, and hopefully we all get to our promised land one day of winning a championship and our predictions come true. But thank you. Continue to like and subscribe, chat. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a cousin, and tell a cousin. Like, subscribe to see the streets is buzzing, Knicks Real Talk in the buzz. So salute.
Yeah, facts. Appreciate that, Divine. Appreciate you as always. Let's get it tomorrow, and take us out for tonight.
Man, first and foremost, Happy New Year to everybody, their families, their friends, their loved ones, man. Salute to everybody, man. Y'all have a blessed, safe, and promising, prosperous 2022. And I hope this year bring y'all everything y'all deserve in life, man. Y'all go out there and get it, man. Just go get it, man. And let's get through this variant. Let's get through this Omicron thing. Hopefully, man. And we can get past this thing and keep moving forward, man. And can just keep prospering, man. So we're gonna do that. But Knicks, hey, we lost tonight. Much as we might hate Julius Randle, which we'd have had on the night. We wish we'd have had Julius Randle tonight, fellas, and slow that shit down, drop 24 something tonight. So, but it didn't happen. We lost because we didn't shoot the ball well from three, and we didn't defend well from three. So that's what happens in a game like this here, man. NBA, the NBA, man. I don't care who you play on any given night. You got to bring your A game. You want to go home. I don't care who you playing. I mean, if you don't bring your A game to the table, 9 out of 10 is not going to bode well for you. We didn't bring our A game on a defense and on a 3-point defensive end. We only gave up 95 points, but you had a young, hungry team who we allowed to just get in the rhythm from 3-point land. They just started dropping them, and we couldn't get in rhythm, and we wasn't dropping them until we lost the game tonight. I mean, but other than that, man, hey, we live to fight. Sunday, we going down to Toronto. Got to try going in and scrap against them guys. They beat the Clippers tonight, I think. So they had a pretty good game tonight. They bounced back and beat the Clippers tonight in Toronto. And so we can't take that for granted. They still got Van Vliet, Siakam, and all them guys that's there. They playing. You know what I mean? But hey, we're gonna try to go get it again. Try to bounce back and get this win, man. Sunday, and hopefully we can get back home for some home cooking pretty soon for a couple of games. But anyway, man, like I said, salute to the chat. Still Knicks fans, 19 Con, Juju 92, Man Chow 19. I said Robert Woodward. All you guys, man. Sherman, all you guys. Salute to you guys for coming in tonight and being part of the thing on the night that we kind of took an L tonight, man. Man Chow, everybody. I'm trying to get my mouth together. I apologize for that. So I can get you roll call in here. But yeah, we took the L tonight. But we get it popping though. We'll be back at it, man. I'm sure about that. And let's just try to get this W, man. Salute to the whole chat, man. Appreciate y'all go out there. If you're out there in the streets, whatever, man, y'all be safe out there and just protect yourselves and all that good stuff, man, so y'all can get back home and be safe tonight, man. But CT, my man, the streets are buzzing. Shaw Powers, KJ, Knicks Real Talk tomorrow. Post-game recap, pre-game for Sunday. Y'all just look for the notifications and all that good stuff, man. And thank y'all for supporting us all year long, man. We appreciate y'all. Real talk.
Yep, from us, we appreciate you. Have a blessed year ahead. These New York Knicks got big things ahead of us. We're all on this path, to see this team win together, and let's get it. We'll be back. New York Knicks in Toronto. Knicks will talk. See you tomorrow. Peace.
Let's get it.